is some tools are required. Jigs and fixtures are required sometimes often. And these jigs and fixtures, it will be required a lot of investment to go for the machining. In such cases, we can have the CAD model of the jigs, the tools or the workpieces. Directly we can create the jigs and fixtures by using the 3D modeling softwares, and it will be taking very lesser amount of time, and fabrication in practical it will be taking a lot of time, but in 3D model it will be taking very lesser amount of time in terms of hours. Okay, and new model material development and bimetallic parts, as I told you, we can have more than 2 nozzles, and these 2 nozzles or more than 2 nozzles will be having different materials. Those can be molded together by layering technique in the 3D modeling machine. And remanufacturing, that is reverse engineering. So it is one of the important the concept, reverse engineering, and some of the applications like aerospace, defense and automobile, and some of the industries we can use them, and in general purposes also. Now, what is this additive manufacturing? I went in the reverse way. I showed you how this model can be generated and what all the processes are involved. Practically I shown you. Now let us understand what is this additive manufacturing. Actually, the term rapid prototyping, RP, is used to describe this process. Rapid prototyping, earlier we had only the 2 axes. Okay, 2 axes, and even the 3 axes also available today. Okay, and already it has been concluded that ASTM International, the American Society for the ASTM American Standards, they have already confirmed that these additive manufactured models can be taken as prototypes for the next step. Okay, and the basic principle of this technology is that initially the model will be generated in 3D modeling software. Okay, any equivalent softwares can be used, and it can be directly sent to the this one for the planning. Okay, and the definition of the prototype. What is the prototype? The prototype, as I told you, it is the first model or original example of something what we are going to generate. Okay, whatever we have, the designer has innovatively found out a particular model or a concept that will be converted into a physical model by using the 3D modeling technique, that is called a prototype. Okay, this will be approximately equivalent to what the shape we are going to get after doing the machining activity. Okay, the introduction already I have given, and now what are the different additive manufacturing methods are there? Additive manufacturing AM, additive layer manufacturing, additive digital manufacturing. And what are the types of layers which are available? Layer based manufacturing, layer oriented manufacturing, layer manufacturing. And the rapid prototype is one which is the earlier to this 3D printer. Forefather for this 3D printer is the honeycomb. Okay, and it will be constructed in the house in the similar way. This 3D manufacturing will be done. Okay, and as I told you, it is layer based technology. Okay, layer based technology, and it will be taking the 3D scale for creating the physical object. Okay, it will be extracting the information from the 3D model without leaving anything. Okay, and you can see one of the model which I have shown here. It is a 3D model or 3D printed model. Okay, and it is free of fabrication. Okay, we need not to go for the fabrication. Whatever the kind of model is required, we can create it. One of the things is that, as I told you, any intricate, any complicated shape you require, you can do it, but a small technique is required for the designer to give the support. Okay, while it is layering it, and it has to be supported, the technique the designer should know it, and that will be coming through the experience. Okay, and here general additive manufacturing process I have shown here. Okay, general additive manufacturing process I have shown. What is this? A CAD model will be created. and stereolithographic model will be created, that is STL converted model, and this file will be transferred to the machine and machining setup will be done. As I told you, in the machine, small setup is required to do. What is the speed with which it is going, and what is the nozzle temperature, etc., etc. All these informations which I told you in the introduction, all these will be given as an input, and we can see even the simulation also, very important. We can see before I get into equivalently what 3D modeling we are going to do, that can be simulated, and we can see what is the feasible orientation also we can able to find out. Okay, once after that, machining setup, build the model and remove all unwanted burrs and all these things, supports, and go for the post processing, and the application model is ready. These are the 8 important steps we need to understand. 8 important steps we need to understand. Now, I am leaving it to you to ask me, because all the next whatever we are going to discuss, we are not going to discuss these 8 important steps already which I told you.